Welcome to Spirituality 101. In this video, I'm going to tell you my view on spirituality and why it should be pertinent to you out of all the other videos describing spirituality, philosophy, and why it matters, and the difference between my approach or viewpoint and everyone else's. So I'm going to jot down 3 words here, and we're going to describe what spirituality is all about. And then if you want to stick around and understand the why, then I'll explain the why after I tell you what you're looking for here. Okay, I'll write down 3 words. Body, mind, spirit. You probably already know these words. You probably know about the body. You probably know about the mind, the ego, and probably know about spirit. Probably closely associated with consciousness, Christ consciousness. A number of religions talk about the spirit, Christianity and the Holy Spirit. So the question is, what is spirituality? In my view, and in this channel, from the position that I'm going to be teaching, I teach that you are the spirit. You are a spirit. So when I am talking, and when I'm teaching, and I hate the word coach, but you get the gist, is I'm speaking from as if you, the listener, are the spirit living through the mind and the body. I do not believe that you are the mind. I do not believe that you are the body. However, it's common to hear people talk about you are the body and you are the mind. And they speak from this perspective or this perspective and how to reach enlightenment. So the game of spirituality, or the entire point of spirituality, is simply this. Simply this. Remembering that you are a spirit. And remembering how to be a spirit. How to be you. Who you always been and who you always will be. And the abilities that this entails, that this identity entails. Okay? So you can shut off this video. You can shut off this video right now. And that's the takeaway. That's literally all I want you to know. I'm going to explain here now what so many other creators, and there's a bevy of them that teach amazing stuff. Don't get me wrong. They teach amazing stuff like shadow work, or how to embody the Christ consciousness or the Christ mind. And they use terms such as ego, right? You hear a lot of that when discussing from this point of view, that your ego, meaning your mind. They use words in like you've been conditioned to believe X, Y, and Z. And look, it all sounds good. I don't want to disparage any of them. It's wrong though. Here's why. The problem with all of this territory, the body and mind, the problem with the body and mind perspective on reaching a certain level of spiritual enlightenment is simply this. You, whoever you identify as, are always chasing the spirit. You're always chasing some spiritual state. This is a very disempowering position. This is a very disempowering frame of reference between you as a spirit and the reality. It means you have to do a whole shit ton of work. You have to, if I take Christianity for example, you have to be, you have to say your Pledge of Allegiance. You have to be baptized. You have to live that certain way, right? Confessions, forgiveness, and you have this sense of lingering fear that you're not really good enough to be a dwelling place for the Holy Spirit. And with the mind, you're always in therapy. You're always trying to find underneath the rock what lurks in your subconscious. And you're trying to condition the mind to be what you want it to be. And you even have some other philosophies, namely I'm thinking like Buddhism and Zen Buddhism, that they teach you that the way to reach nirvana, the Eightfold Path, part of the equation to doing that is having no attachments, because through your attachments you have suffering. Again, I'm paraphrasing here for the conciseness of the video, but they take the vow of poverty, there's celibacy, their diet, right, is vegetarianism, generally speaking. So that teaches them that, well, you can't have these attachments, and therefore, being free from attachments and suffering, you can reach nirvana. Again, this is a broad sampling, and of course I'm missing a lot of nuance, but the point is, most philosophies and religions, depending on your flavor, is always having you chase spirituality. It's chasing becoming a spirit. And this is the problem. Because this chase can go on and go on forever. And you can never truly embody the spirit, because what you're forgetting is this should be your starting point. You are a spirit. You're not one with God. You are not God by way of one is all and all is one. But you are indeed a spirit. And this is the game of spirituality, is taking this knowledge that you are a spirit and living through your life as if this was true. And remembering your spiritual abilities, remembering how to create and craft your reality around you. Jesus does say in his scriptures, he says, you will do more than I am. Again, paraphrasing, but you will do more than me. You'll do bigger and better things than I did. You step in this position of power. Because in this position, from this frame of reference, you're not chasing spirithood. You're not chasing this identity. This answers the question of who are you? You are a spirit. And your game is to remember that you're not the body, to disassociate from your mind. Don't identify with the mind, you're not the mind. That you are indeed the spirit. And that's like step one, or even step zero. Step 0 or 1 is you are not the body or the mind. You have to come into a realization for your own self. More so than this video can help you. You have to realize this yourself. There's a couple ways I can teach you how to do that, and I will create some videos about that later. And then you have to sit here and truly allow this identity to process and saturate your being and saturate your everyday. That's the hard part. And then you start shedding all the shit that's been piled on top that has led you to believe one way or the other that you're one of these two identities. That's the game. I've drawn on long enough, and we'll definitely have some more videos around this topic of a spirit-centric point of view on spirituality. So if you like this, do share your thoughts, drop it a like, drop a comment or two. Love to hear your ideas. But just in a nutshell, this is me. This is what I'm going to be teaching from. So when I'm addressing you as a viewer, that's it.